The handcuff was still locked to his wrist when Tracy Edwards jumped out of the window. Not the front door, the window. He hit the fire escape, sprinted into the street, and threw himself in front of a police car. "There's a man, he tried to kill me. There are bodies." The officers had no idea they were 3 blocks away from walking into hell. Inside apartment 213, Jeffrey Dahmer was cleaning up. He'd done this before. He knew how to talk to police, how to smile, how to make everything seem normal. But it was too late. The police were already at his door. Officer Rolf Mueller knocked. Dahmer answered with a smile. "Can we come in?" "Of course." The apartment looked normal, clean. Dahmer explained it was just a misunderstanding with his friend. Edwards pointed to the bedroom. "The handcuff key is in there." Dahmer started walking toward it. "I'll get it." Mueller stopped him. Something felt wrong. "I'll get it." Mueller opened the nightstand drawer. Polaroid photographs, dozens of them. Human bodies, dismembered, positioned like trophies in this bedroom, in the bathroom, in the kitchen. Mueller drew his gun. "Get on the ground." Dahmer's smile disappeared. Then they started opening things. The refrigerator, a human head on the bottom shelf. The freezer, more body parts wrapped like groceries. The filing cabinet, 3 skulls. The blue barrel, bodies dissolving in acid. 11 people in a 1-bedroom apartment. Here's what nobody tells you. Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't hiding. He worked at a chocolate factory, clocked in every day. His coworkers said he seemed normal. He lived in a regular apartment building with neighbors who heard everything. The drilling sounds at 3 a.m., the smell like rotting meat, the strange men who entered but never left. Everyone chose to believe the simple explanation, because the truth was too horrible. But there was one moment where everything could have ended. May 27, 1991, 2 months before his arrest. A naked, bleeding 14-year-old boy stumbled into the street. Neighbors called 911. Dahmer came outside, calm, smiling. He told police the boy was his drunk boyfriend. The boy's name was Konrad Synthesamphone. He couldn't speak because Dahmer had already drilled a hole into his skull. Neighbors begged police to check IDs, to look closer. The officers looked at a calm man in glasses and a disoriented boy. They made their choice. They helped Dahmer take Konrad back inside. Konrad died that night. Dahmer understood who would be believed and who wouldn't. After his arrest, Dahmer confessed to 17 murders over 13 years. But his motivation disturbed everyone most. He wasn't driven by rage. He described crushing loneliness, a terror of abandonment. He would drug men to keep them compliant. When they woke up, they'd leave, so he killed them. He even tried to create zombies by drilling into skulls and injecting acid, attempting to create companions who would never leave. This was loneliness twisted into horror. Most victims were young men of color from the LGBTQ community, people he thought wouldn't be missed. Stephen Hicks, 18, Konrad Synthesamphone, 14, Tony Hughes, 31, Oliver Lacey, 23. 17 names, 17 stolen lives. In February 1992, Dahmer was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms. In November 1994, he was beaten to death in prison. He was 34 years old. The apartment building was demolished, the address erased from maps. But you can't erase the lesson. Jeffrey Dahmer was a monster who operated in plain sight. Neighbors smelled death and called it spoiled meat. Police believed a calm man over frightened witnesses. A 14-year-old was handed back to his killer because the killer seemed credible. The horror isn't just what happened inside apartment 213. It's how many people walked past it, smelled it, heard it, and did nothing. Tracy Edwards escaped with a handcuff locked to his wrist. 17 others never got that chance. The real terror isn't that monsters exist. It's that they live right next door, and we choose not to see them.